Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Weapon Workshop. This time we're hitting up with bow. It's a mid to long range weapon aside from the melee ones. So it's very versatile, it's fluid, and it's really fun to use. So to start off, bows use different coatings. So depending on the bow that you use is the coating that you use. Pressing Y will load up your coating. So powder coating will give you a powder coating will give you a boost into your raw attack. So right now, as you can see, doing 18 per shot. With the powder coating, I'm doing 23. So that's 5 points extra into this one. Poison coatings will apply poison status effect into your attacks. Now, I don't know if the training card will show the poison status, but then you have close range coatings, which will buff up the closer you are to the weapon, to the monster. Pierce coatings, which okay, this is neat, but that's for another video. Pierce coatings, which will pierce the monster. As you can see, it's doing multiple hits. Then you also got paralysis coatings, which will apply paralysis status. Sleep coating, which will apply sleep status. Blast coatings, which will apply the blast status. And exhaust coatings, which will grant you a KO damage if you are aiming to the monster head. So basic inputs for the bow. You press left trigger, it will put you into aim mode, but in Monster Hunter Wilds, since we also have the focus mode, it will grant you also focus mode. Pressing right trigger once will let your arrow out. Holding right trigger will charge your bow, and you have 2 levels of charge. So you have no charge, level 1 charge, and level 3 charge, which with each level it will add 1 arrow to the shot. So as you can see, just tapping it once, you will just shoot out 1 arrow. Charging it once sends out 2 arrows, and then letting it charge twice sends out 3 arrows. Now in the reticle, you can see what level you are because it has 2 little dots at the side of the reticle. 1 and 2. And also keep in mind that just by attacking, it will drain your stamina. So this is a very stamina reliant type of set, so just be mindful about it. You also have your B attack, which is a quick shot. This lets out 3 arrows, spread to the side. Now you can tap it twice to fire more arrows in quick succession. As you can see, setting 3 and then 3 again. The spread is a little bit tighter, but it's a little bit awkward sometimes to shoot. If you press Y and B together, it will bring you to the Dragon Piercer. Very high damage. Now, if you charge and then press Y and B, it lets out a bunch of arrows at the same time. Now, as you can see, since I am aiming, I'm also in focus mode, which, you know, gets me the wound mechanic. It shows up the wounds. Now, you can either tag it for 1, 2, or 3. You can see it by the little arrows near the wound. This will let out 3 marker arrows, and upon hit, it will follow up with an automatic Dragon Piercer shot. Now, focus striking can only target up to 4 wounds at the same time. So anything more than 4 wounds, it will not target. So 1, 2, that's 1. That's 2 wounds. Now the training card can only get a maximum of 3 wounds at the same time. So as you can see, tagging 1, tagging 2, tagging 3. And it pops all 3 wounds at the same time. So whenever you're playing in a group, just make sure to coordinate wound poppings, because bow has the best DPS potential when breaking wounds. Now, there's also another thing. If you charge and press B, it will go into an arc shot. Let me try that again. Now, these arrows that you see here flaming up, they are marker arrows. So if you focus strike with them, you can pop them up. Now, they will deal a lot of wound damage, popping up, well, creating wounds, essentially. Now, same as normal shots, it has 2 levels, as you can see, and releasing it at the max level, it will pop down a whole lot more arrows, popping wounds as they go, and then if you mark them, dealing wound damage as well. Now, bow has a perfect touch mechanic. I said bow has a perfect touch mechanic in which, you know, if you dodge at the same time that you're getting attacked, you can do a follow-up attack. If you follow up with Y, you can do this jumping attack, letting out 5 arrows. You can also press B to let out a power shot. Let me try that again. And then you can just, you know, press the right trigger to let out a level 2 power shot. Now, that's pretty much it for bow's basic attacks. If you jump up off a ledge and press Y, it will just do like an attack with an arrow. This is great for mounting. It will still apply the effect of the coating that you have in. As you can see, with the power coating I got 24. If I do it without, well, that's a 1. If I do it without, it just does 18. If I take a pierce coating, it will do multiple attacks. Now, the best way for me to play... Oh, another thing. If you charge a shot and press X, it will give you a marker arrow. This will stick to a monster for a predetermined amount of time, but if you focus strike on it, you can pop it, dealing a lot of wound damage. You can have up to 3 of them at the same time. Again, well, you can only have one, the other one just pops. But it's basically the same. See how it pops on its own? Now the gauge above the coating, that limits how many coatings you can use at once. So the only way to refill it is either by letting it refill by itself by time, which takes a lot of time, or by doing, you know, attacks on monsters. Now, if you were to run out of stamina while attacking, you will not be able to dodge attacks. So you have to be mindful of it. But that is pretty much it for the bow. So again, use the bow depending on the monster that you're going to be fighting. It can be, you know, based on elements, based on coatings, based on preference. I prefer to use pierce coating bows with large monsters that I can, you know, benefit from the pierces. Power coatings for small monsters. That way, you know, I can dish out large damage in quick succession. And depending on your group, just try to speak out who's going to take care of the wounds, because bows take the most advantage out of wounds popping. So that has been for the bow tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next time.